Now we're going to look at rules of divisibility. So it's, can you divide this number by 5 or by 3 or whatever? So these are the tricks that will help you to do that. So if you've got a number in front of you that ends in 0, then you know that it will divide by 10. It must be in the 10 times table. How do you know if it will divide by 5? If it ends in a 5 or a 0. How do you know if it will divide by 2? Well, any even number. Even numbers end in 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, of course. Then there's one that you might not know for dividing by 4, which is a little bit harder to work out, but you only need to look at the last 2 digits because 100 is a multiple of 4. So the 4 times table repeats itself in every 100. So you only need to look at the last 2 digits to know whether it's possible to divide the number by 4. Next, we have 3. If you add up all the digits of the number and they add up to a multiple of 3, a number in the 3 times table, then the whole number will divide by 3. And the same rule works for 9 as well. So if the digits add up to a number in the 9 times table, then the whole number will be a multiple of 9. And finally, it's a multiple of 6 if it's divisible by both 2 and 3. So it's a multiple of 3, the digits add up to a multiple of 3, and it's an even number. So the original number ends in 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Okay, let's see if you can fill in this grid. There's a copy that you can print out, or you can just sketch it out on paper yourself. So let's start with the easiest one, 10. So 46 doesn't end in 0, so it's not divisible by 10. 80 does, so it is. None of the others do, so they are all no's. Now pause the video, see if you can fill in the rest of the table and press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Carrying on then, so next let's do 5. 46 doesn't end in either 0 or 5, so it's not divisible by 5. But 80 does end in 0, so it is. 1, 2, 9 and 4, 6, 8 don't, so they are no's. But 2, 8, 3, 5 ends in a 5, so you can divide it by 5. Then we have 2. Can you divide it by 2? Well, 46 ends in 6, it's even, so yes you can. 80 ends in 0, it's even, so yes you can. 1, 2, 9 ends in 9, which is odd, so no. Ends in 8, so yes. Ends in an odd number, so no. Now let's look at the 4s. So 46, is 46 in your 4 times table? Well, 11 4s are 44 and 12 4s are 48. So it's in between them, so it's a no. Is 80 in your 4 times table? Well, 10 times 4 is 40. So 20 times 4 must be 80, so that's a yes. 129, there are no odd numbers in an even times table. So the 4 times table, the 6 times table, the 8 times table, the 2 times table, they only have even numbers in them, so that's a no. 4, 6, 8, you might have to do bus stop division here. So 4s into 6 goes 1 remainder 2, 4s into 28 goes 7 with no remainder. So there are 17 4s in 68, so that's a yes. And finally 35, it's an odd number, 4 will not go into any odd numbers. Then we've got the 3s. So 4 plus 6 makes 10. Is 10 a multiple of 3? No, it isn't. So 46 isn't a multiple of 3 either. 8 and 0 makes 8. 8 isn't a multiple of 3, so neither is 80. 1 plus 2 plus 9 makes 12. Is that a multiple of 3? Yes, 12 is in your 3 times table. So 129 will also be divisible by 3, a multiple of 3. 4 plus 6 plus 8, that's 10 plus 8 is 18. That's a multiple of 3, so that's a yes. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 5 is 18, so it's another 18, so it's another yes. Then we do the same thing for 9. So if it's not divisible by 3, it's not going to be divisible by 9 either, because 9 is in the 3 times table. So the first one's a no, the second one's a no. 1 plus 2 plus 9 makes 12, which is a multiple of 3, but it's not a multiple of 9, so it's not in the 9 times table. But the other two, they both added up to 18, didn't they? And 18 is in the 9 times table, so those two are both yeses. And finally, we have the 6s. So if you have a yes in both the 2 row and the 3 row, then the number must be divisible by 6. So we've got a yes and a no, so that's a no. Yes and a no, so that's a no. A no and a yes, that's also a no. A yes and a yes makes a yes. And a no and a yes is another no. So that's the end of that section.